Great morning. I want to pull cards. Let's look at Trump's mental state today. Let me give these a good ruffle shuffle here before we begin. Okay, let's see what we have. Overarching theme of the reading is he's upside down. His world is topsy-turvy, okay? He definitely sees from a different point of view. We've got that. And, you know, he likens himself to Jesus. He's being crucified, and it's just, you know, so terrible. So also this is the card of balance. We see his legs in the number 4 type of a position. So his balance is basically upside down, okay? Yeah, it's about his balance. Juggling money, he's facing losses as well. And I think this is just juggling his life of happenings now. The Pentacles are not always just about money, it's about the daily happenings. So all of this, at this moment, he is juggling, and he is trying to figure out his long-term happenings. That's what's crossing it, and it's not moving quickly, okay? He's really stuck in this cycle that's taking place now, where everything is upside down in his world, and he's just trying to keep these things up in the air, and it's going nowhere fast when it comes to him being able to manipulate this stuff, okay? This is what's at the heart of it. This is really, at the heart of it, it's encompassing his whole world. The message, every time he opens his mouth, it's about the poor me saga. And again, underneath of it, the long-term thing is his toxicity that is being seen for what it is. He's toxic long-term. So really, we could leave the reading right there, but we'll go ahead and pull the rest of the tarot and see what else it has to say. So let me ruffle shuffle these real quick, and we'll pull the regular tarot and see what else it has to say about his mentality now. Really, it's upside down and just trying to keep this stuff in the air, juggling it. And the message he continues to try to put out, the spin, and his long-term toxicity that's crossing it. So he is really, at this point, he's caught in his own web of lies, and we see him on these shows, calling into these shows, and just rambling and ranting and frothing at the mouth, and they're trying to get him offline, and he just keeps going, you know, about every conviction that he's got, having to pay E. Jean Carroll, defaming her yet again, and about his property, that it's worth so much, and every single court case he's had, he's on these talk shows and just railing against all of them. So what we have above it all is this happenings, the path forward of his life. When I see the lilies, for me, that's your life path, the things that you've done in your life. And he's got this path that's opening up, and this is in his daily world. It's affecting his monetary, and it's affecting his whole daily life, all of the happenings that are going on. The foundation is, of course, he wants to try to manipulate this, and he's always been a great manipulator. He's a con man through and always has been. And he's always found a way to make this work for him. But in this case, it doesn't look like it's going to work for him at all. In the past, yes, he's had a very comfortable life, flush, and looked like he had it all. But what's going on now? Let's see what we have. The light is being shown on him for what he is. Things are coming to light, which is not good for him whatsoever. Above it, we have the laws, the regulations, America, what America stands for. And all of these things he is railing against. He's railing against America with his drama. And underneath of it, you know, this is the things he's trying to build on. His MAGA thing, Make America Great Again. Well, America's always been basically great. There are some things that we need to work on. We need to change, of course. But he has made his money on this thing that he's trying to construct. But now the law is catching up with him. The challenge is his abuse of power, his being able to railroad things, is not working for him anymore. Above it, we have people in agreement. So more people are coming together when it comes to, Republicans. Republicans, the outcome is being tied up mentally. So people are really looking at the abuses that are happening underneath of it all, the history. I think some people are waking up to what's going on with the ultra-right as well. Yeah, I mean, this is not boding well. People are in agreement about some abuses of power and mentally tied up with the Republican Party, the uber right that's gotten taken over by MAGA. And people are in more agreement with that now. And looking again at the history of this. So let's break it down. The foundation is about this manipulation that the Republican Party, the uber right, has tried to construct. Okay? And we know that, of course, MAGA has tried to take over the uber right Republican Party. And so now they're all feeling the pain of Donald Trump and his, happenings. So what we have above it, we have what's going on now, message of what is coming in when it comes to America, and people are coming into alignment and agreement with what is happening in America. Okay? So I would say this is not boding well for Trump because, again, what's crossing it is the history, what's going on now. The light is being shed on what? The challenge, his abuses of power and the abuses of the uber right. In the past, this has made him flush, but the outcome now is they are being tied up. People, again, are coming into alignment and agreement with how the uber right has, how MAGA has taken over the Republicans. And so right now, again, above it all, he is upside down, trying to juggle this stuff, at the heart of it, putting this message out about the long term and the toxicity. So, of course, his message is going to be the toxicity of America, deep state conspiracies and dramas, and everything is focused on himself. But people are wising up to it. He's losing some of his followers only the most egregious ones are still there, you know, having the arguments and drama with what he's putting out, etc. So yeah, what I get with this is it was about his mental state. So he sees that people are not buying into the Uber right as much. He's losing in the polls. And so all of this stuff is coming down on his head. And again, people are wising up to what's going on. They're looking at Alito's Supreme Court, you know, all of these uber right people and what they've been doing and how they've been manipulating things, attempting to manipulate the things for a long time. People are waking up to it and they've had enough, okay? There are going to be changes that are going to happen. We are now really seeing this dark underbelly of this plan that the uber right has had for a long time, the Federalist Society and all of these other ones, the very wealthy people that are backing, like the Supreme Court, and manipulating and buying off stuff and just trying to take over and turn this into an authoritarian regime rather than a democracy. Because, you know, though they say this is a democratic country, they also say this is a republic, okay? And the republic is owned and is controlled by the uber wealthy Democrats. What they say a Democrat is mob rule, and we can't have mob rule. That's why they set up the electoral system, so they could continue to manipulate, because people are not smart enough to have actual, you know, democracy, because that's mob rule. So we have to have the uber right, the republic, and Republicans that are going to have the rulership. So when they keep talking about the deep state conspiracy and the swamp, they are the swamp, okay? And they have manipulated things for so long that now it's starting to come to light. People are starting to wake up, and unless you get the ones like, you know, they're trying to get rid of education. And I just watched this thing the other day where they couldn't even read a regular clock, the time. Okay, younger kids, they didn't know how to fill out an envelope to send an envelope. They don't teach cursive writing anymore. They don't teach how to sound out words anymore. I mean, just the education system. They don't teach the history any longer that they need. They don't teach about government anymore in the schools. What are they teaching now? It's just been so railroaded by the uber right in dumbing down, attempting to dumb down America so they can continue to have rulership and have a republic and not a democracy. So now it's coming to the point where we need to change the electoral system, and we need to have a true democracy, one person, one vote, and get rid of this electoral system, which they've used in order to skew things in their favor for so long, so many years. So on that note, I'll leave that here, and we'll see you online.